Vampires. The Hominis Nocturna.
Hi there. Welcome. And leave a like, leave a comment. Leave a comment about this is your favourite movie or this isn't your favourite movie. You hate this movie, you think this movie sucks. Tell me in the comments. Vampire business. Today we're here to discuss Blade 2. One of my favourite movies. It is not my favourite movie. It's not that bad. I do remember it being good. I watched it the other day, like yesterday, and it was still good. There are not a lot of films that are good on the second rewatch. That's how this web show started. I just want to talk about Blade 2 with gusto, you see, because it's a good movie. But there's all this other stuff we need to talk about before we get to that video. We're here now talking about the 3 Blade movies Wesley Snipes made. There's unfortunately 3 of them. It'd be much better if there's only 2, but there are 3. And the third one is shh. We will get to that. But first, starring hunky action hero and our favourite tax avoider, Wesley Snipes. Bang! In the height of his tax evading career. He reportedly got 10 million for the first movie, 12 million for the second, and 14 million for the third. He wasn't even on the set all the time during Blade 2 and 3 because he was shooting other movies in between. A lot of the guy on the camera in Blade 2 is this stunt double. All the close-ups are him, and he got 12 million for that. That is nice work if you can get it. All 3 Blade movies, right? Some people say his fee in total was $25 million. Other rumours say 40 million. Who cares? Well, the taxman cares, that's who cares. He didn't file his tax return from 1999 to 2004. The Blade series was released between 1998 and 2004. That's a bit of a coincidence. He claimed back 12 million in taxes. That's a lot of tax rebate. But he wasn't even owed it. Bit cheeky. It all caught up with him, as you know. In 2008, he was charged with willful failure to file 15 million in taxes. He served 2.5 years of his 3-year sentence and fined $5 million. I hope he didn't get a half a year knocked off because of good behaviour. I want to see my anti-action heroes in a prison riot or something. I don't know, there's no reports about that. But if I was a judge, I would let him off because Blade 1 and 2 are good movies. Wesley Snipes made a lot of movies. This series represents some of his best work. Some would say,
"Oh, Wesley Snipes, that guy that played Blade."
Didn't even mention White Men Can't Jump, Demolition Man, Spike Lee's Jungle Fever, New Jack City, along with many, many more. The man is a legend. So for over 10 million a movie, what did Wesley Snipes do? Well, I'll tell you what he did. He breathed life into the character of Blade, and he became Blade. He was as much Blade as Peter Weller was RoboCop. Other people have tried to play RoboCop, but they're not Peter Weller. The Penguin, Danny DeVito. Basically the same person. That's what you get for your 10 million. Blade has been a Marvel character since his first appearance as a supporting character in the comic book Tomb of Dracula, 1973. But Blade with Wesley Snipes isn't a Marvel movie. In 1996, Marvel wasn't worth 54 billion like it is today, making all those massive movies. They had flopped hard in 1996 on Howard the Duck, which I kind of liked, but the world didn't. It took at the box office about what it cost to make, which meant Marvel were screwed. It was time to file for bankruptcy. Enter stage left. New Line Cinema. New Line Cinema had a great rep. Founded in 1967, makers of Critters, Freddy, Evil Dead, Friday the 13th, and not only. Well, Time Warner had bought them for 500 million in 1994. Time Warner, later Warner Brothers, ate out the corpse of New Line, and now it's just a Warner Brothers wing, makers of Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. But back in 1996, the golden years were still viewable in the rearview mirror. So we got Marvel, worth 54 billion today, on its arse, begging for scraps. And we have Warner Brothers wearing the dead corpse of New Line Cinema, somehow buying the rights to Blade. I just told you Wesley Snipes got 10 million for doing the first one. So how much did Blade cost from Marvel to New Line Cinema? How much did it cost? $25,000, which they squeezed out over 3 movies. You're not mishearing. Yes, $25,000. I guess they kept the lights on a couple of weeks. They are still around. So maybe he even saved them. I looked. There's no official Marvel statement saying, "We regret selling Blade." But for $25,000, you know they bloody well did regret it. On the other hand, they did learn how to make movies by watching someone else make a movie with a Marvel character in it. So maybe that was worth the dive. It is important to note again, people didn't go to see a Marvel brand movie. The MCU, or Marvel Cinematic Universe, was years away. If you saw it at the time at the movies, on a VHS from Blockbuster or your local video pirater, you were watching a Wesley Snipes brand movie about a vampire hunter. That's what put bums on seats. Blade 1 cost $45 million and took at the box office $131.2 million. Remember that 0.2 is quite a lot of money actually. Anyway, almost 3 times what it cost. A great investment. But the late 90s theme had landed securely again. So we're like, yo! Let's make Blade 2. So Blade 2 had a budget of $54 million. $9 million more than before. It took $155 million in the box office. So it's even more. 14 million extra. First one's a better movie, probably. I think people watched Blade 1 and were like, yo, let's watch Blade 2. And then the third one, just in it for the money at this point. 65 million budget. Way more than the 45 million that they did the first one on. It took 132 million, so that was down on Blade 2. But up on Blade 1. Despite it taking as much as the first movie, it wasn't well received. There was never a fourth one.
Okay, let's talk guns.
I got 7 Mac 11s, about 8 38s, 9 9s, 10 Mac 10s. The shit's never end.
Got the right tool for the job.
Blade's gun is a Mac 11. What's the difference between a Mac 11 and a Mac 10? Well, a Mac 10 is heavier. The shotgun is a Benelli M3 Super 90 with pistol grip, modified to fire silver stakes as well as normal ammunition. By Whistler.
We have a good arrangement. He makes the weapons. I use them.